Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Anime King and I'm back with What If Deku Was trained by Goku part 2. So before what if start, I wanted to like, subscribe, comment down below, turn that bell notification so you guys can see when I post. And let's get straight into What If. Video intro. Oh man, you left me alone and broke every promise you ever made. I was an ocean, lost in the open. Nothing can take the pain away. So you can throw me to the wall. Tomorrow I will come back, leader of the whole pack. Paint me black and blue. Everyone will shake me, every scar will build my throne. So this is going to start out right at the point that Deku was caught on the boat when the warp hero ended up warping my way. And Deku just went back in time too and started charging for Kamehameha. Because there were a lot of villain in the water and Deku ended up blasting the water, yes. He ended up blasting the water and that created a big of an explosion to like blow away the villain. He didn't end up hitting one of them with the Kamehameha. That would be too brutal. So he ended up clearing the path and he and Frogger and Mineta ended up going to the water and they went up and they saw Razorhead fighting and taking on the rest of the villain. Yes, they saw Razorhead taking them on and All Might didn't came in. I'm gonna say this time Ida he didn't make it outside. Yes, the warp villain ended up grabbing him and warping him away. So there will be no All Might coming to the rescue. So the story's gonna get a big change right here. So Deku, the Frogger and Mineta were just under the water and they push out their head and watching Razorhead fighting. Razorhead was holding his own and taking on them and Razorhead was like beating crap out of the rest of the like the no name villains, not the popular one, but the one with no name like the normal villains. So Razorhead was holding his own and taking them on pretty brutal and just beating them and erasing their quirk. And then Togurashi ended up trying to watch Razorhead and he was studying Razorhead and this time Ida didn't get away. So Ida was warped away like to the snow place here. So they were there and Togurashi was watching Razorhead and trying to figure out how long he takes to use his quirk, but he failed and Razorhead ended up punching him in the face and then Razorhead went for Togurashi and said, "You must be the final boss." And then the Nomu stepped in and Togurashi said, "No, he is." And then the Nomu ended up holding Razorhead and slamming him down on the ground and it ended up breaking his arm and breaking his bending his arm. And then Deku said, "No, I have to stop this." And then Togurashi ended up like he saw the frog girl and he ended up whooshing to her like he put in speed to go and grab her. But Deku ended up grabbing his wrist. Yes, Deku was fast and Deku saw what's about to happen. So Deku ended up grabbing his wrist and Deku said, "What did she ever did to you? And your quirk was to kill her a while ago. Why? Has she ever hurt you or done something to hurt you?" And Deku looks at him with anger on his face. And Deku end up grabbing his wrist and flinging him back. Yes, and Deku is a key blast and blasts him. And he end up flying back a little bit. And the normal end up crushing Razorhead down into the ground. Yes, but he's not there, he's just unconscious. And Deku said, "Get away from him!" And Deku end up like speeding towards him and punching him in the stomach. But he end up seeing shock resistance. But Deku said, "I'll push past my limit. I'll show you that you're not stronger than me." And Ian Deku start going all out brawl. This brawl is like two of them is punching fists together. Their collage. Deku is pretty strong right now because training of Goku. So two of them end up punching fists together. The waves, the effects is breaking everything around them and not even people can stay around them because the effects is just drastic. The wind pressure just pushing everybody back and Deku when he was going all out and Deku said, "I'll end this right now." And then Bakugo and Ida find his way back here. Bakugo and Ida and Shoto, they all came there to see what's happening. And then Deku said, "Kaioken times 2!" and now Deku powers multiply. So Deku has his speed and Deku has his strength, and Deku end up beating the crap, and Deku just give him like the punches that All Might give him. Deku end up multiplying that. Deku end up facing him. You can't even see Deku hands moving. Deku end up just punching until he end up can't even see, no more can't even see where the fists are coming from. And Deku end up kicking him in the air. And Deku end up flying up in the air and grab his by his head and slam him down into the ground. And Deku start charging up a Kamehameha. And Deku end up blasting him from the back. Yes, end up knocking him out. He isn't dead, but he's knocked out cold. So yeah, Togashi said, "Ah, this kid is powerful." And Togashi said, "I'll just end you right here." And Togashi launched at Deku, yes, because the Warpier came there and warped Togashi near to Deku. But Deku's senses are sharpened, and Deku just looks at him. He is surprised to see that Deku turns around fast. And Deku grabs him again. Deku grabs him by the face and slam him down into the ground and hold his hands behind him so he wouldn't be able to grab him and put the like disintegrate his bones. But the 13 the hero end up that hero and in the spacesuit end up sending out a live feed to the UAI school for them to come, but he end up sending up late, so they're coming now. And all the heroes and All Might end up getting there, and Deku heard the door bursting down, and he end up turning around, and this was a good enough opportunity for Togashi to escape. So Togashi ended up escaping, and they went back, and the heroes came there, and the warp will end up warping Togashi away and everything, and the Nomu was captured and bring to jail. Oh yeah, that's gonna be the end for that, and they're gonna went back home, and everything's gonna pretty much go back to normal till we're gonna skip to the next season where this is time for the sports tournament. So this is time for the sports tournament and everything. And yeah, so remember I told you guys that time different in this My Hero Academia and Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, the time is different. So just remember that. So the sports tournament, everything's gonna start up pretty much normal. And before that, All Might is going to come to Deku and ask him what happened here. And Deku's gonna tell him that he ended up beating this big creature and everything. And they talk and everything. And the teachers and everybody gonna say, "Whoa, this kid is really powerful." And Razorhead he said, "Yes, because I was fighting that thing, and it was pretty strong, and it ended up beating me." And that kid beat it all on his own. It's pretty power. He's pretty powerful. So right about now, everything's gonna remain the same. And first, the sports tournament, they went there. They have to do the race with all of the other classes. You want a class 1B and everything. And Deku can fly. Yes, Deku can fly because Goku taught him how to fly. So but he's gonna try to run at the first point, and then when you reach that big crater where they must jump over the big crater, Deku just gonna fly over it, and Deku is gonna end up at the near to the end with Bakugo and Shoto, but Deku just gonna speed past them with a Kaioken, and so yeah, Deku's gonna end up winning. So he's gonna get the 1 million points same way, and I'm gonna say no one's gonna want to join his team because the 1 million points, yeah. So then they're still not gonna want to join his team, but he's gonna get his same exact team that he get in the anime, and he's gonna this time he's gonna end up winning because I believe he's pretty much stronger and he has fully control over his body. This time he doesn't have a quirk. Goku taught him, and he's been training more. The more he's trained, the stronger he gets. So yeah, he over this when he done fight the Nomu and went home. He trained some more. Yeah, only thing he doesn't have Zenkaibu. So yeah, but he trained some more and get quite stronger, and he learned how to use Kyoken times 4 right now. So yeah. So Deku is kind of OP right now to the anime because he's kind of strong. But I'm not gonna make him too OP because if you make him too strong, he will be outclassing everyone in the anime, so he's not that strong. So he's gonna end up winning the match with the team match, and then the tournament's gonna happen. And the first thing's going to happen is, yeah, The first thing's gonna happen is the brainwash dude. Deku's gonna came there and Deku's gonna first and talk to him. And Deku's gonna be walking off the real. Yeah, Deku's gonna be walking off. And then in his mind somewhere, Deku's gonna say, what am I doing? I've trained so hard. And Goku trained me. This can't be how I go out. This can't be how I lose. This can't be how I lose. I cannot lose right here. No, I won't let this happen. Kaioken times two. And that end up breaking the mind compulsion that he has over Deku. And then Deku end up looking at him with a Kaioken around him. And Deku wasn't talking to him anymore. And Deku ended up boxing him around in the ring. Deku ended up just running around the ring in a box and running around it, coming closer and closer to him. And then Deku just grabbed him and pin him down on the mat. So he ended up losing. Yeah. So the rest of the match are going to play out normal. The rest of the match are going to play out normal and everything, and Uraka and Bakugo is gonna win that. And then the match that we all been waiting for, Deku versus Shoto. But guys, I'm gonna end right here. If you want to see part 3 of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification and stay posted. But for now guys, I'm out. Peace.